Dallas make it hurt.
Yeah. What's up? What's going on? What's going on today? What's going on? It's 3 o'clock. It's time for the one and the only. This is, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. It's good to be here. The Big Time Show that is being seen and heard everywhere. And now you should know what these places are. I am live right now on my Facebook and my YouTube pages, which is, of course, is the Big Time Show. Live right now on Twitter at Big Time Lou, and then I am on Twitch live. I'm on the NGBN.TV network right now as we speak. Hello to all my crew that is listening to me on Roku live, who's listening to me on Amazon Fire Stick, and of course on all Android devices. I'm just excited to be here to share with the family. Once again, whoever you are, I just need to see you. Come on, speak to me real quick. I see a few people who've already in here who's already decided to speak. Come on and holler at me real quick. Let's get ready to talk, of course, about little Dallas Cowboy content as we get closer and closer to the next phase of this offseason, of course, which is the NFL draft. It's time. It's upon us now. This is just the part where supposedly the Cowboys do their best work. This is their time to shine. This is what they bank their whole franchise on. Is of course what they do in the NFL draft. You hear them talk about it. You heard them talk about it earlier this week, in the late part of this week. You've heard about all that. This is the time. Listen, before we begin, listen, will you help your boy out real quick? Some people have already shared, but if you're not going to share, that's okay. It's cool. There is a tremendous way that you can help me out real quick, and that is that if everybody will go ahead and just push that like button wherever you're watching me from. If you're on YouTube, you push that heart button. Everybody smash it. It says Joe. Hey, Joe. Joe will be the first name I called out. He said 50 times. Trust me, if you do this right here, you can do 50 in probably about 15 seconds. Do that for me. Everybody push it about 50 times. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button about 50 times. If you're on Facebook, you can hit that like button or heart button as well, whichever one. You can do that as well. Go ahead and hit that for me. Help your boy out as we just try to, put this show into more faces that usually wouldn't have it. Would you go ahead and do that for me? I would appreciate it. It's not a requirement, but it ain't gonna cost you anything but a few finger exercises. That's it. It's not gonna cost you any money to do that. Just help your boy out. We trying to do a few things here, as you know. Listen, I want to tell you about this Thursday, the NFL draft. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I realize that all my brothers will be doing it as well, and of course, I know most of you like to follow. Uh, you know, the people that I follow them all too. But I am going to do a watch party, not particularly just from my channel. I am one of the hosts for the NGBN.TV network of the first round of the draft on this Thursday night. So I'll be on for about 3 hours. I'll share it to this page, and hopefully I'll share it to the YouTube page as well. But come on this Thursday. Come on, hang with me for a little while. I know you're not going to sit here 3 hours. I have to. But I know you won't, and I know you'll probably be peeping in on everybody else. But come on, check on your boy. It'll be some people there, a lot of different hosts, a lot of different shows, sports shows from the NGBN.TV network. We will all be, it'll be our first draft together. Want to see how it works. We want as many of you to come, at least pop in on us. When you know your favorite team, and mostly all of you are Cowboy fans, I get it. But whoever's watching this replay, your team is drafted. Why don't you pop on with us and see what we have to say about your team and your player that was selected, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And hopefully we'll have a good time. I'm going to be there for the entire run, 3 hours straight. So y'all don't leave me by myself now. Y'all come peep on your boy for a minute. Just if it's just 2 minutes or whatever, you want to go back to wherever you're watching it, I'm cool with it. I just come check on me. Come check on me. I'm gonna be on with a whole lot of different people. I'll be on with former players that we have at the NGBN network. Hey, Mr. Al. I'll be on with people who have played in the NFL, former players that are now doing what we do. We have those on network. We'll have an executive, a former executive of the NFL who's a draft guru that will be with us on that. So it's going to be fun. It'll be the first time that I did it. I hope you guys will come hang with me for that particular time. I'm still sharing. Hey, everybody that's coming in. Joe, I see you, brother. Appreciate you popping in on me. Mr. Al Logan, what's going on? Greg, my brother, what's up? Mr. Burns, I see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Matrix, I see you over there. I appreciate you popping in on me. I appreciate all of you that just take the time out to come hang with you, boy. So let me finish sharing this last little something, and then I promise you we'll get started with whatever. Last thing, I usually don't do this, and I know I'm taking up a lot of time, but there's a lot of stuff going on. Listen, if you want to contribute to the show financially, you can. You see some of that stuff right there on the ticker there. My Cash App is $ Big Time Show. If you're on Facebook, you can use those stars that you see there. You can use those stars. I would appreciate that. If you're on YouTube, you see that super chat button there. You can use that as well to contribute that way. You also can become a member of the Big Time Show. You can become a member of the Big Time Show by simply joining a membership. With that, you can have a monthly fee, whatever you want to contribute, $1.99, $2.99, $30.99, whatever you want to do. You can do that as well. I would appreciate it if you did, but if you don't, it's not a requirement. You can become a member, and it takes something out of your debit card every month until you stop it. You know? Hope that some of you will use that option. I would appreciate the support. It would be nice. All right. I'm taking too long. I already know what y'all saying. Let's talk. Everybody put in the screen. What y'all want to talk about first? I'll let y'all run the production of the show. Are we talking draft first, or am I talking Dak Prescott? Which one? Y'all put it in the chat. That's what I'm going to roll with. Majority wins. Majority wins. I'm waiting. Am I talking draft first or am I talking Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott finally opened up his mouth and left us some jewels, if you ask me, to talk about. And I really don't want to talk about one thing from him. Two things, really. And then I'll get to it. Y'all put it in the chat. I need to see now. Come on. Am I talking draft first or am I talking Dak Prescott? Am I talking draft or am I talking Dak Prescott? Y'all help your boy out. Y'all help your boy out. Y'all ain't okay. Eric, EA, what's up? EA in the building. Joe's talking, said the draft. All right, okay. All right. Y'all say the draft. Greg say Dak Prescott. That's 2-1. All right, y'all. Try my mindset. One of my NGBN brothers. What's going on? Getting ready over here. Doing my little practice before the big draft watch party that we have at the NGBN.TV network. This is what we do every Saturday, but it's gonna be special on the draft watch party. I may have to say something nice about the Philadelphia Eagles. Isn't that incredible? My God. Y'all, somebody need to pray for me now. Just pray. I may have to say something nice about the Washington Commanders. Isn't that incredible? I may have to say something nice about the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, Lord, help me. The Giants. I got to say something nice about them. I got to be professional, you know. I can't let my fandom get in the way of being professional. Maybe I need to just hit my mute button once it starts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On the draft watch party at NGBN, I have to say something nice about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, can you imagine me saying something nice, saying, hey, great draft pick, great player. The Steelers are on their way back up. They got Russell Wilson. I'm literally going to have a barf bag right beside me. I'm serious. I'm going to have to, we need prayer right now. Somebody just bow your head now and just pray for me as I have to try to talk nice and be professional. And I'm apologizing now because the CEO of the NBGN.TV network has slipped in the building. Mr. Ian Hill. He's in the building. And I'm going to have to be professional, on the network, talking nice about teams that I despise. Yeah, I ain't going to lie to you. I don't like it. I don't. I got to be professional. I'm going to have professional people talking. And I got to be nice, say something nice about Daniel Jones. And Jalen Hurts. And God Almighty. Somebody help me. I need intercessory prayer right now. I do. I need it. Y'all can laugh at me all you want. I guess I put myself into it, so hey, I got to be nice. I know somebody, look, I see y'all. I see what y'all saying. So y'all already know how I feel about it. See, I got to. Hey, Alan, how you doing, sir? Yeah, just cross my finger. Yeah, I get, look, see, okay, this is my deal. Here's my deal, y'all. Since y'all talking, here's my deal. I need y'all help. Watch this. If I have to be nice, all right, check this out. Then I need y'all to come watch the party and say what I want to say. And I need y'all to be my voice in the chat for me. Thank you. See, that's how I handle that. That'll work. I need you guys. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, sir? Listen, this is what I need y'all to do. Cause see, I gotta be, I gotta be professional. See what I'm saying? This is what I need y'all to do. I need you to come to the watch party. Now, you can't stay for no 3 hours. I get it. But the teams that y'all know I don't like, I need y'all to pop in on me, okay? You can leave after that. I got 5 or 6 teams that y'all already know who I don't like, okay? We on draft talk right now. I'm gonna get to our draft, but we on draft talk. I can't say some of the things I want to say because I got a huge audience that I'm gonna be watching. Though it's going out everywhere. So listen, I need you guys. I'm gonna share it to this page. I need you guys to come in the building with the teams you know I don't like. Now, y'all been with me for 3-4 years. You know who I don't like. Come in and talk for me. That's what I need. That's what I need. Y'all want the list? Okay, here we go. My whole division. So you already know I don't like Washington. You know I don't like Philly. You know I don't like the Giants. That's 3. All right, y'all know that. 49ers. Oh my God. Please come in when the 49ers pick. And, you know, I may be throwing up if I got to say something. Y'all need to help me out in the chat. I can't say it, all right? I might type it in because Roku and Amazon Fire TV ain't going to be able to see that. See what I'm saying? I need y'all to help me out, okay? Hey, Terry, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I need y'all to show up when Pittsburgh draft. I don't like them. I never have. I got about almost 40 some odd year problem with the Steelers. I got a problem with the 49ers the same way. I need y'all help. I ain't got a problem with Green Bay, Zach. I really don't have a problem with Green Bay. I don't. You know, I wasn't here in the 60s. You know, they beat us like that. I got more of a problem with Aaron Rodgers than I do the Green Bay Packers. You understand what I'm saying? I really don't have a lot of hatred for Green Bay. I don't. But I don't like Aaron Rodgers. He is a thorn in my side. So on that note, when the New York Jets pick, I need y'all here. You understand? You understand? When they pick, I need you here. So y'all come help your boy out. I need y'all to help me out. Come on Thursday for the watch party at NGBN. I'll try my best to share it on this page and the YouTube page. I'll try my best to share it there as well. So come on, help me out. All right, draft talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about that. All right, this is Freestyle for Saturday. Okay. Now, certainly you guys been studying. This is what I want to know. Y'all making the show today, whether you know it or not. Here we go. This is what I want to know. I want to know, not according to Jerry, Steven, and Will McClay. I think we already know, based on how they think, based on how they draft. We already know what the first round pick is going to be. We just don't know who, but we know what position. I think everybody would be in agreement, and if you're not, put it in the chat. Everybody kind of figures we're going offensive line for the first pick in the draft at 24. Of course, you know, trading back, if that happens, you know, whatever the case may be, then maybe something else. I think all of us are in agreement with offensive linemen being drafted. But here's my question. 2 questions. Here's my first one. What do you want in the first round? Not according to what we think about Jerry. I need to see it, and then I'm going to take my discussion from what you just said. I think that's a good way to say it, to put your voice into it, because I don't want to say with, you know, Jerry. I mean, we already know. We already know them. We know they're going O-line, so we got that. I want to know what you're thinking, though. First round at 24, not the entire draft or what we need for the entire draft. We got a lot of holes. We already know we need a lot, all right? First round at 24, what do you want? Man, I just saw something incredible. Johnny Duncan Sr. I got to highlight him. Because, see, that's what I'm looking for right here. That's what I'm looking for. Not per se, but I'm looking for that discussion right there. That right there, because see, that goes against the grain. That's what I'm looking for. So since I already found it, because a lot of y'all said offensive line, I got it. Let me challenge you then with the offensive line. Let's stop. I'm gonna get to Johnny Duncan Sr. because that's what I really wanted to go with in my mind. I'm saying not a draft pick, but that's the what discussion I want to have. With exactly what he said. Let me say this to you, as far as everybody that's putting in offensive line. Let me see it in the chat real quick. Check this out. What if the kid from, see, I don't watch the film. I don't care what nobody say. I got two guys that stand out to me, my eyes, that is, hey, Johnny, appreciate your first time on the show. How you find out about me, Mr. Johnny Duncan Sr.? I appreciate you popping in. How you find out about me? That just helps me know. Hey, Miss Jenna, incredible producer of the NGBN.TV network. This is one of the MVPs, Miss Jenna there. Y'all say hello to her. She's very valuable. And I figure if I can talk about her like this, I can get some brownie points with her. Because I need her. You know what I'm saying? You know. But let me ask you this. For those that are talking to offensive line, this is what I need to know. There are two people that I think are the best, according to my eyes. And that is Graham, oh Lord, my brain just left. The kid from Duke, that left tackle. And then the one that's the best to me is the center from Oregon, JPJ. JPJ has impressed me the most. That's at center. So my question to you is, are you saying you want offensive tackle, left offensive tackle, or do you want the center? I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all saying hello to Miss Jenna. Look, just keep that rolling. Yeah, exactly. Graham Barton, Duke. Graham Barton or Johnson. Which one do you want? Now, you may think it's Mims. You may think it's somebody else. I was just going from my thing. I was saying, okay. Thank you, Johnny. I got you. I see you now. I appreciate you popping in. Hope you subscribe to my show, man. I hope you do. Because we finna talk about what you talking about. So your first time on your show, you finna change the whole conversation, Johnny. So you came at the right time. Kate, thank you. Kate, beautiful. Thank you, sir. There's a thing about the center, JPJ, that he had a little small concussion issue. There's not a history of concussion, but he's had a concussion. When you play in the center position, you banging heads together. I mean, you know, I think that's kind of be expected. If he had a history of it, then there would be, cause for concern. Let's get this straight, y'all. Ain't nobody 100%. Nobody. But here's the bigger issue about Cade, and since we got to be truthful about it, here it is, Cade. They said that he's had a little twitch lately in his hip issue. That what took him out of the Senior Bowl, or that's what took him out of practice or something. Little twinge in the hips. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with the backup center, Zach. You're talking about Hoffman. I know that they trying to pump him up, but I'm just saying if JPJ is there, I just don't see how the Cowboys could pass him up. That's just me, but I'm not Jerry, I'm not Will McClay, and I'm not Steven. But that's just me. Now, Barton, I love JPJ. I think he's the best offensive lineman there. Me. Barton now is, and Terry, if y'all see Terry's comment there, I'm leaving Johnny's up because I really want to talk about that. Terry says it perfectly. Barton is incredible. He's mean, he's huge, and he's not, he don't have feet that get stuck in the mud. to play offensive tackle, he can really move. And he's young. Hey, that's cool. If you're keeping Tyler Smith at guard, Barden is incredible. But what Terry just said at the end of his conversation there is the part that we all know the Cowboys like. He can also play guard, he can play center, and he can play tackle. And y'all know the Cowboys love position flex. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. You know that's the word they always use. Matter of fact, the real truth be told, if you can play, hey Donald, I see you, man. Been a while. Listen, if you are a lineman and you want to get paid, you want to play for the Cowboys, you got to be able to play at least two positions on the line. If you just play one position, you ain't gonna get drafted. Everybody on that line right now, let's just look at what we have now. Okay? Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith can play guard and tackle. We know that. TJ Bass can play center and guard. All right. Hoffman can play center and guard. Zach Martin, a lot of y'all forgot when he got drafted, he came in as an offensive tackle. Zach Martin can play guard and tackle. Terrence Steele, they haven't put him in another position, but there are some that can say he can play guard as well as tackle. So when we say Mims, Cade, if he can play tackle, the question, because I don't remember him at guard, but if he can play tackle, then the question becomes, can he also play left tackle? We know he can play right tackle, but can he play left tackle? That's two totally different positions, if I may add. So can he do that? Cowboys rarely grab somebody that all they can play is one position on the line. Lately, it just, I agree, Donald. We just hadn't seen him, but I was just saying they when he first got here, they experimented him playing little guard, little tackle, but of course he ended up being the tackle. That's when he first got here. We primarily know him as a right tackle. You're absolutely right, but if they line him up there, they must think he can do both. All right. See what I'm saying? So when you say Mims and Cade, he is a beast. It ain't no question about it. But can he play left tackle? We know he can play right tackle. And if you was to get Mims, where you gonna put Steele? Well, what you gonna do with him? I think Steele is a starter. And Mims is a first round pick. You certainly don't want your first round pick on the bench for him. Because Steele ain't giving up that job unless he get hurt. That's the only way. Steele is gonna be a beast this year. He was playing off, an ACL. He wanted himself. He's himself now. I think he's gonna be a big beast. Another here there. Let me get to what Johnny Duncan Sr. talking about, because this is what I want to talk about. Donald says, got a question here. Was Luke Schoonmaker that we drafted last year a bust? No, sir. He's not a bust. He just, really, where was he going to get in and play? Who was he going to jump? Hendershot, maybe? No, that's about it. That would have been the second tight end. He definitely wasn't going to jump Jake Ferguson. That's for sure. Even though he was drafted. It's really on the spot that he can get is to me is Hendershot. I think the jury is still out on Schoonmaker. Of course, he got hurt as well. So I think we gotta keep the book open on Schoonmaker for now. We'll know something a little better, a little bit more after this year. That's just the truth when it comes to him. Now let's talk about what Johnny talking about. I want everybody to focus in on that. What you saying now? He says, I want a weapon for Dak, which leads to this question. Let's say, for instance, let's say, for instance, that a certain receiver is there in the first round, and I'm going strictly with one guy and one guy only. Everybody's done talked about it. My brothers have talked about it. That do podcasts and balls, landlord, all these guys. And I was in the conversation, and I said the same thing. What if Brian Thomas is sitting right there at 24? What if he's there? I know you're talking about Keon Coleman, Donald, but Keon is figured to go in the second round anyway, not the first round. Nobody has him going first round. And I think you can get him in the second round. You may have to move up to go get him, but he's probably going to be in the second round. And I love Keon Coleman. I would take him in a heartbeat. And I know how nasty that would be. But what if Brian Thomas is there? What if Brian Thomas is there for the kid from LSU? 6'4", over 200 pounds, and runs a 4.3 40, a number one type receiver, a dominant player. What if he's sitting right there? I mean, he says a weapon for Dak. And I'm coming from this standpoint because this all goes back to a lot of the conversations that we had. Because Dak Prescott talked this week, Stephen Jones talked this week, and of course the Dak Prescott issue comes up, and they talking about everybody saying the same thing as far as the brass. The brass is saying we want to sign Dak to a loan, to an extension, whatever the case may be. Where if it really is your plan to sign Dak, does not it make sense to give Dak as much weaponry as you can? So if Brian Thomas is there at 24, and I need you to imagine this. I'm just throwing him there. If you want to throw in Keon Coleman, maybe the second round, it's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. See, the automatic thing with the Cowboys is we got to get O-line first round. I mean, they keep drafting O-line, and I understand you got to have depth. I understand that. But what if you went against grain here? And I'm assuming that he would beat, if he's there, let's just say it like that. And yes, Barton is there. Yes, JPJ may be there. This dude here, man, when I'm talking about Brian Thomas, man, this dude would change everything. He's insurance. We're in the war room now, whether y'all know it or not. Okay, we're in the war room. I'm just pleading my case. Y'all plead your case in the chat. If you get him, he is automatic. He's that good, y'all. He's that good. Y'all don't believe me? But when we get off, go look at some film on Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, we're in the war room. We're throwing out all the evidence and whatever. I'm arguing the case that if Brian Thomas is there, he's automatic insurance for CeeDee Lamb in the event that he gets hurt. He's good enough to be a number one wide receiver. I consider him a number one wide receiver day one. If Brian Thomas is drafted, he becomes the number two receiver automatically. And check this out. Since we already know we ain't going to run the ball, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? We know we ain't running the ball. Shoot, we didn't run the ball enough with Pollard and Ezekiel when they were together. with Mike McCarthy. We're not doing that, okay? So we know we're passing the ball. Doesn't it make sense to give Dak the weapon here? If you give Dak that weapon, that's 30 points a game. Ain't nothing changing. Between Lamb, Brian Thomas, Jake Ferguson, or, check it out, if you get this kid, somebody say, well, what about Brandon Cooks? Brandon Cooks can be a part of the packages of wide receiver because you can keep Brandon Cooks to the outside. You can do Brian Thomas outside. Then you can move CeeDee Lamb into the slot where nobody can guard him. We're talking 30 points a game. Since we don't know how great the defense is going to be, we got to score. Since we're going to pass the ball all the time, I mean, come on now. We got to score. This dude will solve a lot of the problems. I don't have no problem, Mr. Duncan Senior. Johnny Duncan Senior, I don't have no problem with that scenario. I don't. Conviction says that the Cowboys are going to draft an O-line. I think we are offensive linemen. I think we all know that. I think we all know that. I'm just saying, what if that dude is sitting right there and you know what kind of damage he going to do? It's something to talk about. I just say that. I know the Cowboys will pick an offensive lineman anyway. I'm in agreement, though, with Johnny. 6'4", 4'3", over 200 pounds. You got the big receiver. You got a guy who can blow the top off of defense, just like Brandon Cooks. Your offense just got faster. You can't really double CD, but if you do, guess what's going to happen? Brian Thomas is going to be a Pro Bowl wide receiver in his rookie year if you do that. That's how good he is. I'm already calling. Day one. And you get that guy for the next God knows how many years. Guys like that don't come around every night. No. Guys like him don't come around, every year. They just don't. I know we got some great wide receivers. That guy. The same could be said. You say Brock Bowers. Well, I wouldn't touch Bowers. If Brock Bowers is there, we know what he brings to the table. But you ain't really just messed up about your tight end room. And you're not picking no tight end in the first round. You're not doing that. I understand, but you said Brian Thomas and Brock was there. It's Brock. It's Brian Thomas. It's not even a thought. You're not picking the tight end in the first round. You're really not. I mean, if you had Brock Bowers to Jake first and run a 2 tight end set, that's nasty. I'll give you that. That wouldn't happen, though. That ain't what we do. That's not what we do. Y'all know that. So, I know that's what we're thinking. We doing mad and fantasy stuff right now with that. I don't want to talk about that. I kind of know what the Cowboys are. Not dismissing you, Joe, about what you said. I just know the Cowboys, that they wouldn't even entertain that. They would pick an offensive lineman before Brock Bowers. You understand what I'm saying? I know that. They may even pick one before Brian Thomas. I'm just saying, it's worth talking about if he is there. Exactly, Greg. That's what I'm saying. The defense is not going to be like it was last year. No, I ain't talking about the Green Bay. I'm talking about a consistent over the season, top 10 defense. I don't think we're going to be there because, until we solve the problem of defensive tackle, folks still going to be able to run on us. You see what I'm saying? I don't see it. So we're going to have to score to win. Dak Prescott will throw for another 4,500 yard year, another 30-plus touchdowns a year. I mean, he's gonna do it. If you give him this guy here, I mean, Brian Thomas, I love. We gonna rock and roll. That's what if he's there, is worth really talking about. For real. I would love to see that happen, but I have to admit, there's a part of me saying, well, I know what the Cowboys are gonna do. Because the same thing can be said about the offensive lineman. Like, we go get this offensive lineman, we might be set for the next 10 years with whoever we pick at offensive lineman. I get it. I'm not gonna argue with it. I have seen Jerry Rice's son, Craig. Good receiver. The only problem with Jerry Rice's son is that, you're comparing him to his dad, and nobody can compare to his dad. And there are other wide receivers that are better than Jerry Rice's son. You can pick him up later. You'll be happy, but I'm talking about a difference maker day one. I think Jerry Rice's son would come in, man, who is he going to beat out? Is he beating out? His first target probably would be Tolbert. See, if you get Jerry Rice's son, guess what? Brandon Cook's still your number 2 wide receiver. You get Jerry Rice's son, yeah, later rounds, yeah. I hear you, Craig. I agree. But if you get him in the later rounds, really, realistically, where does he have a chance to make impact? You see what I'm saying? Would he even get on the field? Because Jalen Tolbert has got to play. That's your third receiver probably this year. Jalen Brooks is probably your fourth receiver, probably starting out. So the question is, would Jerry Rice's son beat out Jalen Brooks? And then if he does, can he catch Tolbert? I don't think so. So where is he really going to play? I'm tired of depth picks. I ain't knocking you, Craig. I see what you're saying. Everything gonna be. I need somebody to mix in some impact picks. So this is what the Cowboys do: is they bank everything on the draft. I need you to hit a home run. See what I'm saying? I need some impact draft picks. Since that's what we want to, hang our hat. I need these first couple picks to be impactful. Since we don't go get impactful free agents, since we don't do that, then I need some day one immediate starters. In these first 2 or 3 rounds. Seriously, I ain't got time for us to be picking guys who they gonna automatically say, "Hey, well, that's good depth." No, I'm tired of depth. I need some plug-in day one killers right from the beginning. Whoever this left tackle we pick, if that's what we picking, or if we picking the kid from Oregon, the center, I don't even need no discussion. Day one, they're starting. They penciled into the starting lineup automatically. Usually when you draft when you draft in the first round, a left tackle or center or anybody on the offensive line in the first round, usually they are day one starters. What in the world we need to be drafting a left tackle for? The first thing come out your mouth is, well, we're gonna make them a swing tackle. I don't want no bench players. I don't want one. If we pick a wide receiver, like I'm saying, look, if we pick the center from Oregon, JPJ, I don't want to hear nothing else about Brock Hoffman, even though I like Hoffman. I don't want to hear anything about Hoffman. JPJ, if he's picked the center from Oregon, he needs to be day one starter. Matter of fact, fly him out there to Dak right now, Dak's house, and let him spend the night at Dak's house. And first thing in the morning, after he brushes his teeth, put the mouthwash in his mouth, get your tail right out there in that field, and we're gonna do 500 snap right now. I mean, because he gonna start day one. So Dak need to get used to him. That's what I'm saying. If you do a left tackle, if it's the kid from Duke, Craig Barton, or if it's that kid from Washington, I can't pronounce his last name. Whoever it is, look, automatically, day one. I ain't got time to be saying let's start him out at guard. Let's stop it. Day one starters. Whoever your running back is, I ain't brought up because y'all forgive me for not doing Royce Freeman signing, but listen, we all know that is a depth signing if he makes the team. Remember, y'all, we got to have 90 players all the way up to the last week of the preseason. When the roster gets chopped down to 53. 4 preseason games, we have to have 90 players. So therefore, over the next few weeks after the draft, when you hear about the Cowboys signing all these free agents, this is what we do. The bargain free agents, because that's what's going to happen. Keep in mind, don't get mad talking about who is this? Y'all ain't got to say all that. There, a lot of them will be camp bodies. A lot of them will be camp bodies because we got to have 90 players. They ain't going to be impact guys. They're just going to be depth. We already know that. You got to hit a home run in this draft, man. Out of all the picks we got, I got to have at least 2 starters. I got to have 2 starters. Royce Freeman was a depth signing and running back. In the draft, that's where you're going to find your potential starter. So if you ask me, you got to have, if you want the 2 starters, they're your starters are. If we're not going with a weapon for that, as Mr. Duncan said, guess what? If you're going offensive lineman, whoever that offensive lineman is, need to be a day one starter. And whatever running back you pick, they just about need to be a day one starter. I don't care who it is. If it's Jonathan Brooks from Texas, so be it. You need to be a day one starter. If it's Trey Benson from Florida State, Trey Benson needs to be a day one starter. If you're talking about getting a running back way down in the 4th or 5th round, then that's not answering my question. That's not doing it. I know you're dedicated to the running back by committee. I understand that, but I need guys. I need home run hitters. I don't want guys to hit doubles. I understand a guy batting $300 to make 300 batting average can make a whole lot of money. I don't need a Tony Gwynn. If y'all don't know baseball, you don't know what I just said. I don't need a Tony Gwynn type hitter. I'm looking for Barry Bonds type hitter. That's what I'm talking about. I need a Barry Bonds at running back. A guy that's going to step in and would be considered to be the bell cow of the team. No. Left tackle, center, I need a home run hitter right then. I don't need this depth. I committed type guys and say, hey, you and Rico will be good together. Forget Rico. I just want to hear somebody go say, hey, you're going to be good. Rico will just join in. Or whoever it backs him up. That's what I'm talking about. See, we can't bargain our way through everything. You see what I'm saying? I don't need guys. We've had that. I don't need guys that hit doubles and sink. They're the batting champion. I don't want the batting champion. I don't want the guy that bats 383 for the season. I don't want that. It looks great, though. It's great. Great to have that type of dude on your team. I don't want that. I want a guy that's capable of hitting 50 to 60 home runs with these first couple draft picks. Home run hitters. That's what we need. Since we ain't doing it in the free agency. So you got to give it to me in the draft. You understand what I'm saying on that? Y'all may not like that. That's just me. So that first round, since if you're not gonna do the weapon, I know the Cowboys are probably gonna go O-line. Give me a day one starter. The running back should go early. You don't need to be waiting till the 5th or 6th round to get a running back. They were Deuce last year. What that happened? What that showed? Deuce didn't hardly get on the field. Forget that. And I know it's powerful guys there, and I know Deuce is limited with his size and all that kind of stuff. And I know it'll probably be a different story. But I don't want that. If you're gonna give me a running back, don't get him in the 2nd or the 3rd round. That's what I want. Y'all hit that like button for me real quick. Everybody hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Hey, who's watching me on Twitter right now? Y'all ain't saying nothing. I don't see who's ever watching me on Twitter. Let me know who you are. Who's ever watching me on Twitter, let me know who you are, if you don't mind. I'd just like to see who you are. Just say hello or what up, big time, or whatever. I just like to speak to you because I don't never see your comment. I know you're capable of making them, but I just don't never see them. But yet, I still have a lot of people that pop in on me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Just let me know who you are. I just want to say hello to you. All right. Cowboys, Greg says the Cowboys need holes to fill on both sides of the ball. Cowboys need to make some trades for extra picks. Cowboys have players on there last year with the option for trades. I believe, Greg, that they would love to get back into the 4th round. There is a tremendous gap between the 3rd round and then picking in the 5th round. I mean, that's a lot of good football players now. So, which leads to this, Terry. Greg. Terry, I see your comment about no Ricky Henderson. We want Bond, Sosa, McGuire. Now, let's be fair to Ricky. Now, Ricky could put out 35 home runs. He was an all-around player. He had power. There you go. We don't want no Isaac Smith. There you go. We don't want that. Now you talking. Greg, when you say that, then I got to go all the way back to the 1st round now. See, if you give up your 1st round pick or trade down, you still in the 1st round, you're getting that 4th round pick back. Because that'll be one of the first things that I'm asking for. And I believe that a team will give it to you immediately. You may get the 4th. You may even get another extra pick out of that. Just move up 3 or 4 slots. Just get the 4th round. So then my question to you is, Greg, and to everybody else, if we're dedicated on getting more picks, but the player is there that we've been talking about. It's just Harden is there. JPJ is there. Thomas is there. Peyton, what is his name? The linebacker from North Carolina State. You weren't going to pick him in the 1st round anyway. I'm just saying these guys are there. Are you willing to slide down maybe 3 to 4 spots down and pick up? Probably you'll get your 4th round pick back and maybe able to get something else as well. Are you willing to do that? Now, the risk is that you will not have the guy that you want, which may be that Barton kid. It may be JPJ. It may be Brian Thomas, since I threw him up. Now those guys are gone. Your board probably still will be filled with real good players at their position, but it's not that guy that you want. Do you risk that in order just to pick up another pick in the 4th round, or get a pick in the 4th round? Are you willing to do that? That's my question. That's really my question to all of you guys. If we're talking about trading back, Is it at the sacrifice of a guy that you love, that you scouted, that you brought to the 30 visit, and you know this is the guy you want? Because if you do that, now you rolling the dice because a team will come up and swipe the guy that you want, and you risk it all just to get back into the fourth round. I'm just throwing it out there. What do y'all think about that? Is it worth the risk? Just so you can say, and I'm still saying the same thing. There's a lot of football players, good football players, that are going to be missing between the third and the fifth round. That's what the next time that we pick. The third, and after the third, we pick in the fifth round. That's a lot of picks that are going to leave. And you're missing out on some real good football players that can help immediately, right then and there. So we're talking about missing out on the fourth round completely and part of the fifth round. Well, you might as well say part of the third round, all of the fourth round, and then part of the fifth round before you get another pick. That's a lot of football players. Good football players. Impact guys that are going to be picked and are going to be starters immediately. It's very interesting now before we start talking about that, because you're going to have to give up something too. Well, you're not going to have to give up anything, because the team's going to be calling the Cowboys at that point. Interesting. All right. We're here at the almost an hour mark. I got another I got to 57 at the top of the next hour before we got to go. Let me talk to you real quick, and then we're going to switch up and talk about Dak Prescott. We're going to beat that drum again, y'all. I want to talk about the NGBN network right now very quickly. This Thursday, we're going to do, if you know us, we've already done Super Bowl coverage. We're only a few months old, and we've made incredible strides. We got sponsorships from everywhere. It's incredible. We did the Super Bowl, of course, in Las Vegas. We'll be already credentialed for the Super Bowl next year in New Orleans. We're just doing it. And for this Thursday, this will be our telecast of the entire first round of the NFL draft. Again, for those, I'm one of the hosts for NGBN. I know you guys, as I said before, going to watch our brothers. I'm quite sure they're doing watch parties as well. Boss and his crew, and West Coast, Landlord, all those guys, Henny, all those guys will probably be doing something. Law would be with Boss probably. All those guys. Know you're going to watch them. I just need some of y'all to come over and hang with me. Pop in on me. I know you're not going to stay long. I get that. But come on, check on me. I'll be with my brothers at the NGBN.TV network. We'll all be doing that. We'll have former players on there. We will have an former executive that worked in the front office at the NFL, Ross Lindy, will be there. Brian Jodis will be one of the hosts. It's going to be fun. But I need y'all to come hang with me, just because I'm going to have to be professional and talk about teams that I don't like. Talk nice about it. Y'all know I don't like that. So I need y'all help. Y'all got to come hang with me. Hey, Michael, what's going on? You just in time, because once I show this commercial, we about to talk about Dak Prescott. I already talked about the draft, unless y'all want to keep talking. Greg says if Brian Thomas is there at 24 and the Chiefs might be a trade back partner. That makes sense, because we all know that's what the Chiefs do. They want another killer at wide receiver, and you may be absolutely right on point with that one. So that's a good one. All right, and they don't mind giving them no picks anyway, because they figure they're going to win the Super Bowl anyway. Shoot, they got Patrick Mahomes. You're right, Brian Greg. That's a great one. All right, let me talk about the NGBN network. Our dedication is to try to save lives. This is just the bottom line. That's our whole goal. That was the vision that Mr. Ian Hill put out there, want to put a dent into the suicide rates, in this world. We've already been responsible for saving at least 3 lives that I know of. They were suicidal, watching the shows or different shows. And from the shows, they got in touch with the people that can help them and save the life. So it's the network already is producing fruit. It's already helping people. It's already doing what we need to do. And so I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be trying to make a difference. Most of you know I have a totally different show on the network, the Seeking Clear Thought show, where I'm strictly Bishop Brooks Lee, and most of you know I'm an assistant pastor, and that's why I do that show for inspiration and motivation. So I'm doing that, just trying to help people in the way that I can, and hopefully what we're saying, and hopefully what everyone's saying on the network. We got over 53 shows, and this week we started our 168 hours of full coverage on the NGBN.TV network. In other words, 24/7. There is some show on there on the network 24/7. We got enough people now. We have shows, so we really are a real network. My show has been featured this week, the Big Time show, at least 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know exactly the times, but it's there. My other show, Seeking Clear Thoughts, has been featured at least 5 times this week. So my face has been on there 10 times, and hopefully people have been watching, and hopefully people have been helped. If you want to be a part of that, just download NGBN.TV to your phone, your Android phone, to your computer, to your smart TVs, to all of that. You can just help us out on just even by doing that. All right. Let me show you something more about it, and then we're going to switch to Dak Prescott.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. And the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers were on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device or check us out at ngbn.tv. This is NGBN TV.
Hey, it's powerful, man. It's powerful. I'm glad to be a part of anything that has impact, and certainly this network has tremendous impact, whether you know it or not. Shows way more than sports, motivation, spiritual, fitness. We have doctors on there that specialize in mental health. I mean, it's incredible. I'm just glad to be a part of it. Hope you guys have joined in by now. And if you have, then hopefully you've been blessed by it. Hopefully. If not, keep hanging, and I promise you at some point things will help you in that area. I want to share. Let's get this done. Let's get this done here. I got to share this. I know y'all can't hear because I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let's see here.
Anytime y'all have asked me, it's always been about right now, getting better tomorrow. And I've been in this situation before, so it's okay. I'm fine in any situation at that point, betting on myself or playing this year out. And yeah.
Do you want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league? Do you view it differently? What's your philosophy toward it?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be the highest paid necessarily. So I'll wait till the negotiations begin, and obviously want to put this team in the best situation. So,
have your feelings changed at all about your desire to be wanting to be in Dallas past 2025?
No, I'm focused on here right now, where I am. That's always how I've been. Anytime y'all have asked me, it's always been about right now, getting better tomorrow. And I've been in this situation before, so it's okay. I'm fine in any situation at that point, betting on myself or playing this year out. And yeah.
All right. Well, he said a lot of things in that interview. I'm quite sure most of you already seen it. But there's a lot of points. I could show you the whole, video, but I just brought that part out. It's another one that I didn't put here, but I'm gonna talk about it. Hey, I appreciate the $2 super chat from Terry. What'd you say, Cherry? Terry, I'm sorry. I said Cherry. The wrong one. $2 super chat. Terry says, Bishop, I only care about them boys. I'm no draft help. Yeah, I got you, man. I appreciate it. I got you. Dak, if you didn't catch that, Dak kind of gave you a slight little clue what he's looking for. I believe him when he says he does not want to be the highest paid quarterback. That kills a lot of you. Tim says, when we will start, hey, Tim said, when will we start getting veteran players and free agents and stop depending on these rookies? When Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones leave, that's when you're going to start getting free agency. As long as they're there, this is the system that is here. They are dedicated to their way. And unfortunately, when you start talking about free agency, Tim, that's not what we do. Unfortunately. Dak says he's not trying to be the highest paid in the league. I believe that. But he says at the same time, he says at the, right there, if you caught it, he says, necessarily. That's what he was saying. Translation of that is he's saying that what he's saying is you're gonna have to respect me though. That's what he's saying. Don't come to me talking about getting paid $49-50 million. No, that's disrespect because of the people that have more annually per year at $50 million. Two in particular that I said that I keep trying to tell y'all, that is the starting point, and that is Mr. Justin Herbert and Mr. Jalen Hurts. That's the starting point. He not trying to be the highest paid. I believe that, but you can't insult him by offering him an annual contract. I figure he need to do more. Listen, the truth be told, if he wants only $53 million, I know, Joe, but that's why he said in the video. I know you don't think he is. I know you don't think he is, but he shouldn't be getting paid less than Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert is getting paid $52 million a year. There's no way. that you can insult him by offering him less than at least Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is getting paid more than Jalen Hurts. I don't think that should be the case. But Justin Herbert has done absolutely nothing. Nothing. He's no way. But just Jalen Hurts, if I'm not mistaken, is getting paid $51 million. See? You can't disrespect him. Well, you know, if that's what I was just about to go, you got to give him more than Justin Herbert. So if you say if Justin Herbert is 52, you offer Dak 53 million, as you just said, you know, then that's more than Justin Herbert. There you go. Dak is not trying. I believe Dak is not saying, because he said later on, he knows that what the team needs. He know he can't get $60 million. Think there's going to be a whole lot of money left. You got to sign CD and all that type of stuff. But there's no way in the world that you can be saying that Justin Herbert should be getting paid more than Dak Prescott. You have to respect him. That's why he said what he said. He said, I'm not trying to be the highest paid quarterback. And he said, necessarily. Translation, respect me. Don't come to me talking about, because a lot of y'all don't think he's supposed to get $45 million a year. Truth be told, we already know y'all saying that he's supposed to get Baker Mayfield money. So I know how y'all. That's fine. You can hold on to that. Dak is saying, hey, I don't have to be the highest paid. I don't have to be Joe Burrow. Michael says, what has Joe Burrow done at $55 million? He's done more than that. He got his team to a Super Bowl. Joe, when healthy, is one of those dudes. Yeah, I will say that. So he's $55 million, I believe, and you know, if you were to ask people who's supposed to get paid more, Joe Burrow or Dak Prescott, I believe the majority would say Burrow, not Dak. But if you want to be honest, say, well, okay, Joe is at 55. Herbert is at, Burrow is at, Justin Herbert is at 52. Justin Herbert has done absolutely nothing, in my view. You talk about him, you're talking from the lenses of potential. When I'm saying Justin Herbert would never do nothing. He's in the AFC West. He will never, and I love Harbaugh. That's my coach. I'm a University of Michigan fan. I love Harbaugh. Herbert will be better. But at the end of the day, will he ever win his division as long as Patrick Mahomes is there? Unless Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. That's his only chance. The Kansas City Chiefs have a vice grip on the AFC West. We all know that. So if you can't win your division, now we battle for wild card. And to my recollection, all the years he's been there, he has not done. He got the one playoff game and lost. Justin Herbert has done nothing, but he getting 52. That's what messed everybody up. What messed everybody up is Justin Herbert. Jalen got them to a Super Bowl, even though I know Dak Prescott is better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a better runner than Dak Prescott. But other than that, that ain't nothing. He can't match up to Dak. And he got 51. Now you are somebody put in. I forgot. What is Josh Allen getting paid a year annually? Is he getting paid more than Justin Herbert now? Is he in the $53 to $54 million range a year? Josh Allen. Somebody put it in for me real quick. I forgot what he's getting paid. Now there's where real argument is right there if you want to make it there. Because the argument is who's better, Josh or Dak? Huh? You see what I'm saying? That's why you say you got to respect him. Because if we're going annually, Dak is better than Deshaun Watson. No, he ain't at 43. He at 53, if I'm not mistaken, Mike. Josh Allen may be at 53. That's higher than Herbert. And it's more than Jalen Hurts. So there it is. Now you look at Josh Allen's resume. Is he more of an ESPN highlight reel than Dak? Yes. Okay, I'll give you that. But what has Buffalo done? Josh Allen leads the league in turnovers every year. Way more interceptions. Pro Bowl berth. I mean, that's what Dak does. I mean, Pro Bowl. Okay. Does Buffalo go higher in playoffs than the Cowboys? Yes. That's a check for Josh. Is Josh primarily responsible, for his team's success? I think the answer to that is yes. Then that. I'll give you that. But here's the question for that. What has Josh Allen done? Really? Other than look good, make a highlight reel play, he's good for highlights. I'll give you that. What has he done? What has he done? He won division championships. Okay, Dak has too. He has more playoff wins than Dak. Okay, check box on that. I'll give you that. Josh is an MVP candidate. That's because for some reason the narrative shifts when it comes to Josh Allen, Dak Prescott. The man fumbles the ball, the man throws interceptions, and the narrative is he's an MVP candidate. Dak throws one interception, and the whole world jumps on Dak like he threw 5. Dak Prescott had under 10 interceptions this year. Under. Single digits. Josh Allen has double digits turnovers every single year. The narrative is he's an MVP candidate. Dak Prescott was an MVP candidate this year, led the league in touchdowns, all-pro quarterback. So there's only reason I'm saying when you line it up, that's the person that really is where it starts. Forget Jalen Hurts. Forget Justin Herbert. That should be right there with Josh Allen as far as annual per year if the Cowboys pay him. That's the starting point. I agree with that. I believe when Dak said he's not trying to be the highest paid quarterback. I believe him on that. I believe that. I saw what Michael said, that he should try to reset the market. I don't know. That's what usually happens for whoever's next, though. That's the other argument. It is. Somebody said Josh is making $43 million a year. So he did. So if Josh is making $43 million a year, he did Buffalo a favor. Dak not doing Dallas no favor. I can tell you that right now. Not the way they've been treating him. No, sir. So if Josh is making $43 million a year, that is a bargain. And sooner or later, he going to start crying too. Because he got to get it. That even I will admit. $43 million for Josh Allen, that's way less. Baker Mayfield is probably making somewhere around that area there. Or close to it at least. No, sir. Josh Allen deserves more than that. Oh, 21. He did it in 21. That's right. At the time, that was pretty good. It doesn't change now. Josh Allen gonna be crying in a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. I thought he had signed after that. So really, forget Josh Allen then. I'm sorry. I wasted all that time with him. The standard is Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert. Dak Prescott should be paid above both of them. No doubt about it. No question. He may not want to be the highest paid. So then really what your standard is Joe Burrow. Should he get paid more than Joe Burrow? There's your question. There's where it starts right there. Joe Burrow, $55 million a year. Should Dak Prescott make 56? 57, whatever. That's up to y'all. It is what it is. He also, this is the part I didn't show y'all. And this would tick me off about Dak. See, Dak, they also asked him about does he have the fear of not being a Cowboy? And he played a little hardball there, which I was proud of. I actually clapped my hands and tipped my hat to him. He said, I don't have no fear of nothing. I don't have no fear. If we get everything done here, fine. If not, then we'll revisit it and start making our move somewhere else. I love it. I love that. He immediately said it. If that's the case, then no worries. I want to be a Cowboy. I love it here. I want to be here. But I ain't married to this place. If y'all want to divorce me, I'll get on down and go somewhere else. Like, you put that out there. I applaud that. Don't let these folks think that you ain't got all this type of power over you. No, I no. But then he ticked me off right after that. And I guess this is where I close the show here. They asked him about does he want the contract extension before the season started? And Dak paused. He didn't answer rather quickly. You can tell he was trying to get the perfect answer in his head. Good corporate answer. Oh, there it is. Joe says Lamar is getting $52 million a year. Well, there it is. Should he get paid more than Lamar Jackson? Nope. Lamar is MVP of the league, 2-time MVP, wins double-digit games just like Dak does every year. But, whoa, they got the same playoff record. See, we so blinded by Lamar and all that kind of stuff. Lamar ain't won nothing either. That's another story for another time. Y'all, I ain't gonna say nothing because I just missed some of y'all. Look, y'all think Lamar just win. Lamar ain't won nothing. They blow up every time they get to the playoffs. You might win. I think Lamar got 2 playoff wins, if I'm not mistaken. Same numbers Dak does. So, if Lamar's getting 52, okay. Dak had that blank look on his face when they asked him, does he want a contract before the season starts? Listen to me. And that's what ticked me off about that, because he hesitated and didn't say nothing. Didn't do absolutely. He said, gave you that good corporate answer, saying, well, I'm just in the now. I'm just in the now. I'm just, going working on this year and then look, say what you want to say. They playing in the media, playing with you. You should have said what quarterback wouldn't want their business taken care of before the season starts. Don't say what you got to say. You ain't got to. If they want to play games in the media, which they always do, especially when it comes to Dak Prescott, then go on play with them. You ain't got to be disrespectful. You just say that. What quarterback does not want their business taken care of before season starts? Name me the quarterback. Yes, I would love to have this business taken care of so I can go and focus in completely on the season. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this nice guy stuff. Speak up for yourself. You all right? You gonna play it out and be through and go on about your business, or they're gonna extend you anyway. Ain't nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I would love for my contract to be taken care of. I would love for it before the season starts. I would love to be, my mind to be as clear going into training camp or going into week one. I would love for my contract to be taken care of. There's nothing wrong with saying that. You ain't got to get all trying to figure out what you got to say, and because you don't want to ruffle fingers and you don't want to ruffle the feathers of the people, and you don't want to piss off people out. Man, stop it. Go on, do what you got to do, man. Speak up for yourself. You don't want to be on a 1-year deal of a franchise tag type mess again. They already done that to you. They don't have no problem with you and with you playing on a 1-year deal. Change it. Like that's what he said in the thing. I've been here before. I've done it before. That don't mean you want to do it again. Go on, say something. You ain't saying nothing wrong that's gonna make the media gonna turn it around and gonna say that, but who cares? You didn't want disrespectful. Say something. Shane says, put the money aside. Great question. Great question. Great question. This is a great question. And since I'm the host and I got this show here, see Shane just gonna go ahead and just skip over the field and go on get the bottom line to the situation. I love bottom line questions. There it is. Shane says, listen, put the money aside. Do you want Dak back or do you want to start over? Here we go. Let me set it up, Shane, because you changed the topic now. You changed the entire topic. So let me set it up by saying this. To really answer that question, Shane, and to all of you, you will have to give a honest assessment of Dak Prescott. And then you'll have to show me what starting over means. But to answer the question, Shane, yeah, I want Dak back. Yes, I do. Here's one reason why. Because no matter what y'all think, good quarterbacks are hard to find. I don't care nothing about the draft, because there have been plenty of All-Americans that came out the draft and got into the league and then turned out to be nothing. See, here's the thing that messed Dallas up. We were spoiled. See, we never had a drop-off when Romo lost his job. We fell right upon another good quarterback. We didn't have that in between Troy Aikman to Tony Romo moment where we had all those quarterbacks and we never won anything. The Cowboy fans were spoiled. Romo back went out in Seattle. Dak Prescott took over, won 12 games, and has been in there ever since. And Dak has been a Pro Bowl player. He's been an all-pro quarterback. He's been to the playoffs. He's thrown for 4,000 yards. He's thrown for 30 touchdowns multiple times. We never had the drop-off at the quarterback position when Romo left. That's what the problem is. See, the Cowboy fans are going to have to feel to understand what Dak really did. Is you're going to have to go through the Quincy Carters, the Vinny Testaverdes, the Drew Hensons, the Kellen Moores, the or whoever else started, folks you done forgot about. You're going to have to go through that to appreciate that, unfortunately. Now, if you want to go through that, and please don't talk about Trey Lance. We don't know what Trey Lance can do. We don't know. And some of y'all will say, well, let's find out. He's a first-round quarterback. He's dead. We don't know nothing about that. No, nothing about Trey Lance. So you got to go through, you got to give the honest assessment of Dak Prescott in order to really answer that question. And to be honest about the situation, if you really were to be honest, Dak Prescott, and for his 8-year tenure, and the stats prove it, his 8-year tenure, so 8 or 9 years, whatever it is, he has been a top 5 quarterback in this league. See, you got to give the whole story. You just can't say playoff Dak. And then at the same time, you just can't say regular season Dak. You got to say the whole thing. And when you mix up the whole thing, you tell me, where does he really stand? I know some of y'all hate him, but when you really sit back, look at where he is, the last 8 years or so, top 5 quarterback. You just don't throw away top 5 quarterbacks. You just don't throw away an all-pro quarterback. Dak Prescott the only one to get this. Every other all-pro quarterback, they trying to figure out ways to keep him. The fan base, if it was anybody else, nobody would be talking about throwing away your top 5 quarterback. Led the league in touchdowns. Nobody would be talking about that at all. Now, to be fair, when you're doing the whole assessment, Shane, and everybody else, then there's another element that you have to see. And this is where the divide comes. And that is called the eye test. What does your eye say about Dak Prescott, which means then you got the questions. Here's the main question. Can Dak Prescott lead your team to the Super Bowl? However, though, even in that statement, you got to be realistic and fair. See, a lot of y'all still blaming Dak Prescott for the Green Bay loss. Let me remind you, yes, he threw the pick 6. Yes, he threw another pick. But let's not forget, you take away the pick 6, okay, guess what the score was at the end of the third quarter? 41-16. Is Dak Prescott responsible for the defense getting their brains kicked in? Y'all want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about when we played Green Bay in Dallas, that at the end of the third quarter, they was down 31-3. Y'all want to talk about that. Is it Dak Prescott's fault that the defense, once again, couldn't stop nobody? Is it Dak Prescott's fault that they couldn't stop the run against Green Bay? Is it Dak Prescott that they made Jordan Love look like the second coming of Joe Montana? Was it Dak Prescott's fault? But y'all say he can't pull us out. Now, at the same time in that, then here I come from the other side of the coin. Okay, it's 48-16. Last time I checked, the Dallas Cowboys had the number 1 offense in the league. That you can't stop the bleeding. See, I said a fair assessment. I'm doing the fair assessment. You can't let a team at your house, which you never lost. You didn't lose last year at your house. You can't let them jump on you 21-0 and you don't answer. You got the number 1. You shouldn't have no 3 straight 3-and-outs. You shouldn't have no 3 to. You shouldn't have that. You got the number 1 offense in the league. You should have asked. You should have stopped the bleeding. I give you that. I told you it's a fair assessment. But y'all blame the whole loss on Dak when y'all know the defense was horrible. So if you say we're going to start over again, the eye test told us about Romo. Romo is going to be a gunslinger who's going to make a mistake eventually. And therefore, we never thought Romo can get us to the Super Bowl. Some of y'all have the same exact opinion of Dak Prescott. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not. I'm just saying if you feel like that he can't get you to the mountaintop, then yes, you probably need to say enough is enough. We don't want to commit another 4-5 years. But then are you prepared now for God knows the next few years with quarterbacks who won't be as good as Dak? See, a lot of y'all talking about Michael Penix and all that kind of stuff from Washington and whoever else y'all talking about. But look, we done seen plenty of first-team All-Americans come into the league and they ain't worth a dime. Let's just be honest. The list is just way too long to go into that. Just cause you look good at BYU don't mean that you're going to be looking good in the NFL. Just because you won the Heisman Trophy as a quarterback does not mean that you're going to be the man when you come into this league. I'm just saying. So are you prepared when you let them to walk? Because see, I don't want to hear nothing about you saying, dang, the Cowboys 8-8 again. The Cowboys 7-9. Can we get a quarterback? No. I don't want to hear that. Because you let one go. No. I'm not going to let y'all get away with that. If Dak leaves or Dak walks or whatever, if he walks next year and you guys go ahead and get whoever. And a lot of, and just to answer the question about Michael Evans, he says, what about this crazy about Deion's kid coming here? Well, Deion's son is going to be a top 5 pick next year. Do you know what the Cowboys will have to do to get into the top 5? Because see, if you got Dak Prescott, here's another thing you're going to have to admit in your honest assessment. If Dak Prescott starts, guess what you're going to win? At least 10 games. Ain't no difference what he got. Because that's what the track record shows. Dak Prescott is going to give you at least 10 wins every year. Jacked up line, injured line, Tyron Smith missing 12 games, Zach Martin missing a few games, wide receivers injured, no wide receivers, no running game. Dak Prescott is going to produce you 10 wins every single year. You got to do an honest assessment. So 10 wins won't get you into the top 5 of the draft. 10 wins will get you maybe in the middle of the draft. And if you make the playoffs with 10, you're drafting automatically at 15, 16, or 17. One or the other. How you going to get one of those guys? So where's your quarterback answer? I'm cheering for Trey Lance. If he's the guy, I'm cheering for him. Hope he kills all the narratives. But if Trey Lance may not be here as well, what you gonna do then? Who is the guy? Would you satisfied with having bridge quarterbacks from that point? But that fits the Cowboys because they don't want to pay the quarterback, so they don't mind paying a backup quarterback to have a little pizzazz and bring them in, pay them $20 million a year, and that way you can build up the roster. But you can't build up the roster. Why is that? Because Stephen Jones don't pay no free agents. What you building up the money for? You don't buy no free agents. We'll be sitting on money on top of money. We don't buy that. Huh? Y'all forgetting. If you let Dak go, okay, you ain't got to pay a quarterback $55+ million. Okay, that's fine. So you be able to save money. Okay, you get to save money. What we saving up money for when we don't spend it anyway? Help me. All of a sudden, because you got the money, now the Cowboys are going to kill their philosophy. You remember what the philosophy was? Do you remember what Jerry Jones said? Well, the money that you spend on one guy, if we can get 3 to 4 players for the same thing, then, that sounds like the winner to me. Out of those 3 or 4 players, guess what you're going to be getting? Depth, not impact. You'd rather spend money on B- players instead of getting the A player, A+ player that can make the difference in your franchise. So if you save the money, where you gonna spend it? Because we don't do that. What you gonna do? So if you're willing to go through, as Michael Evans said, the wilderness, then okay, you want to start over? Just be prepared for the consequences that follow you by letting go of a top 5 quarterback. That's all I'm gonna say. Me personally, I don't want to hear nothing about it because y'all talking about we ain't done nothing in 27, 28 years. You let that go, who gives you at least a chance. I promise you, the 28 or whatever the years is will multiply. You'll be probably at 35, 36 before we finally start talking again. If y'all prepared for the wilderness, as Michael Evans said, then, hey, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh my God, we don't have a quarterback. No. I'm not going to let y'all get away with it because I'm going to remember all y'all. I don't want to hear nothing because you let a top 5 quarterback go. I don't know. You can't get away with that because Dak Prescott is, whether you like it or not, he is an all-pro quarterback. And that wasn't voted on by fans. They said he was the second best quarterback, and the argument could be made that he should have been the MVP. A strong argument, actually. His numbers were better than Lamar Jackson. It's just that Baltimore won. But I mean, how much was the gap? Because the Cowboys did win 12 games. What Baltimore win? 13 or 14? It ain't like it's a gigantic gap there. Good Lord. Let's not see, y'all talk about Dak like he done won 7 games. No. The eye test, I know you're mad about the playoffs. I am too. Okay, but let's not act like this dude ain't one of those guys. So you got to get out this Mahomes. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I know that. You know that. That's fine. Okay. But see, everybody else after that, that's where the debate really starts. And Dak is, whether you like it or not, Dak is in that debate. Is Dak better than Burrow? That's the debate. I mean, some of y'all gonna say no. There's a few of you that say, yeah, he's good. He's good. I get it. Is Dak better than Josh Allen? That's where the debate is. It ain't too many of those conversations though, because there's a tier. Mahomes is on the tier by himself. Right after that, there's a little cluster. Burrow, Allen, Dak. Who am I missing? It ain't Herbert, that's for sure. To me, it ain't Jalen Hurts, that's for sure. Jalen had one good year, and then last year he turned it back into the Jalen Hurts that I said he would. One good year. And please don't say, well, Dak had one good year. You ain't been watching football. Dak has had way more good years. Stop it. Dak is in that conversation. That's just the truth. If you're going to be honest. If you're not going to be honest just because you don't like him, then what I just said, you ain't going to agree with anyway. Dak is in that conversation. Ain't nobody talking about it saying, well, let's get rid of Mahomes. Ain't nobody saying about, of course they ain't going to say that. Ain't nobody saying nothing about, let's get rid of Josh Allen. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Burrow. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Jalen Hurts. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Justin Herbert. Everybody want to say get rid of that. You see that? It's mind-boggling to me. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Trevor Lawrence. Nobody. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Jared Goff. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Matthew Stafford. Ain't nobody saying let's get rid of Lamar Jackson. Nobody. But when it comes to that, be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm gonna say. Huh? Exactly. Golf. Ain't nobody saying get rid of golf. But when it comes to Dak, what? But I forgot. I'm sorry. I remember a time. I'm a little old. I'm 51 years old, and my brain, it didn't work. It don't work as well as it did when I was 30. But forgive me, but correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I remember some folks saying because Cooper Rush won 5 games, I remember y'all wanted Cooper Rush to make Dak Prescott job. Y'all, forgive me if I'm a little older. My brain ain't, working like it once did. But I remember that. What disrespect that this fan base has, as if this dude ain't been. Well, put it this way. See, you don't want to admit it, but here we go. How about this, y'all? How about this one? If Dak Prescott wasn't playing last year, and the year before that, isn't it safe to say then that that the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't have won 12 games? See, you take Dak Prescott off this team, you're not winning 12 games. Since y'all want to know the value of them, there's your value, because you know it's the truth. Remember now, last year, y'all said we didn't have no running game. Well, how you score all them points then? How did you become the number one offense in the league last year? You think Cooper Rush would have produced that? You think Cooper Rush would have produced 12 wins 3 years in a row? See, I said the whole assessment. See, y'all don't want to tell the truth now. If you want to get rid of them, let's look at the entire resume before you do all that. You think we win 12 games without Dak Prescott? Really? I know y'all don't like him, but you don't have Dak on this team last year. With us not stopping the run all year, you really believe that this team would win the games that they won without Dak Prescott? That right there is the value. Just stop it. Just stop it. If you really want to know the value of the team, exactly, Freight Train. Exactly. How many wins you really think we're going to win without Dak Prescott? We didn't have a running game. That's what y'all said. And it was the truth. We didn't have a running game. So it was on Dak Prescott to put the team on his back last year. How in the world did we score all the points? We had nothing. Tony Pollard finally got 1,000 yards later on in the season. Run up the middle for 2-3 yards. Okay. Rico came in, was a little, damage there. He didn't get the ball enough. Hello. Please don't holler at Deuce Vaughn. He was in street clothes for most of the game. We didn't have a running game. Y'all said the offensive line ain't blocking. That's what y'all said. Who you think did it? Who do you think did it? Who did it? Somebody had to put the team on his back. Somebody. It wasn't the defense. Defense can't score. I tip my hat to Deron Bland. All the pick sixes. But how many pick sixes did he have? What? 6, 7? That's 6 touchdowns. That's 42 points. I mean, that didn't win nothing. Hello? I'm just be careful what you ask for. Be careful, as Michael Evans said earlier in the chat. If you let Dak walk, you don't want to sign him, you don't want to pay him, cool. All right? It's cool. Be prepared for the wilderness, though, as Michael Evans said. Terry, who I know don't like Dak Prescott, and he's a Cowboy fan, answers this question. Let me show you the difference. And I will agree with this, even though I say Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. Let me put it up. Why can't I put it up? Dak says, I don't believe down by 4 with 1:37 left in the fourth quarter on the 10-yard line does Prescott win this game. All right? Here's the difference. And I've always said it, and I stand by this because I'm doing an honest assessment. And I always use this. If Brady is there, and he ain't got to be at the 10-yard line, Brady could have 1:37 coming from the other team. All of us are pretty much saying they left too much time on the clock. Brady gonna get it done. 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, we all saw it for years. Brady gets it done. You know Brady gonna do something. The difference between Brady and Dak in that situation is we hope Dak will do something. See the difference? We know Brady is going to do something. We knew Peyton Manning would do something. We knew Drew Brees would do something. You didn't even want the ball in their hands. That's how good they were. With Dak, we hope he's doing something. That's the next level. Teams were scared of Brady, Manning, all those stuff. They're not scared of Dak. That's the best way I can answer that, Terry. And to me, I'm hoping Dak can get it done. And I know I'm gonna have some guy who's gonna come in and say, "Well, Dak has the most fourth quarter quarterbacks in whatever years and all that kind of stuff." That you can't argue with it. If it's the truth, it's the truth. However, when we get down to the quote unquote big games, I say it a fair assessment. Dak destroys teams that not on the Cowboys level. When you get a team that's got 500 record, whatever, Dak's record is not good. That's a fair assessment. That's the truth. But it's not all on Dak. Just like the team, just like all the wins that he had against lesser teams, if you want to say it, that wasn't all on Dak either. I remember the defense dominating for about 7, 8 straight weeks. I remember that. That they didn't let nobody score. You know, all that type of stuff. All right, I better get out of here. I'm done. Because y'all going to get me going. I'm just saying, you got to give an honest assessment. Listen, I got about a minute left. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to do the phone line. I will see you guys Thursday. I'll come hang with me. NFL draft party, watch party with NGBN Network. Come hang with me. I would appreciate it. I know you got other options, and that's cool. But come hang with me if you can. Pop in on me every now and then. I will share it to the Big Time Show pages. Just come on, turn the notification on. I know you're not gonna stay with me no 3 hours. Shoot, I don't want to sit for 3 hours. That's why I don't do watch parties. But for this, I will be with the NGBN family. It's not necessarily Monday. I'll be with you guys on Monday. Thank you. I'll be with you guys on Monday, Terry. Thank you. Monday, but I'm talking about Thursday as well. Monday, I'll be with you guys Monday at 7 o'clock Central Time. I'll be with you guys then, and we'll get it going. I ain't got time to even do the music. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you. I will see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only, the Big Time Show.